everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Aradhana and today I'm here with a book haul video, and the last book haul video that I did was 1 year ago and it was the first video on my channel. So that's where this whole booktube channel started, and here I am after 1 year and doing this book haul video. I don't really like doing book haul videos that much because it's like mostly about books which you haven't read. But today I thought maybe because I bought a few books in bulk, so I thought why shouldn't I share it with all of you guys. So here is my book haul video number 2. So let's get into it and let's see what 7 to 8 books I have bought. So let's get straight into it and let's see what books have I bought and if you have read any of those. But before that, let me just notify you that the part 5 of the Great Indian Novel, I have just recorded it. I have to just edit it out because it takes like 2, 3, 4 hours to edit it and just write all the text and put all those pictures. So it takes a lot of time and my exams are also coming, so that's why I really didn't get time to do that. So I am going to post it ASAP, so just sorry for that. And now let's get into today's video. So this is the package that I received from Amazon, and there are I think 6 to 7 books in there, and I'm gonna just tear this off right now. So I'm gonna take out all of these books at once and then I'm gonna talk about these because it's gonna be a little messy. So here are all the 7 books that I bought, and 6 of them are paperback and 1 is hardcover. So I'm gonna now talk about them one by one. So let's start. So as these books are really new to me, I don't really know much about them, so I'm not gonna review or do any kind of commentary about them. I'm just gonna talk about why I'm excited to just read these books. So first one is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and this book is on my TBR since like forever because I really love Jane Austen. I've read like 3 of her books, and I really do love her writing style. But whatever I have got to know about this book is that this book is like really different from what she usually writes about, and this is as far as I know, this is a spoof of gothic fiction which was very prevalent at that point in time Austen was writing. So that's why I'm really excited to read this book, and yeah, that's why I bought this book. So the second book I got is Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Honest, and now this book, I'm really excited to read this book because this is a play first of all, so it's like really short, but it is world-renowned play of Oscar Wilde, and I really do love the way Oscar Wilde writes. I mean, I have read a couple of stories, short stories of him, and I really do admire them and love them. So that's why I bought this book. This is I think the first book that I have got of Oscar Wilde, like a full fledged book. So yeah, that's why I'm excited to read this book. And also the synopsis that has been written on the back cover of this book is really interesting. It says that what happens when 2 women fall in love with Ernest and Ernest doesn't exist, the importance of being honest. Now this synopsis is like really exciting, and that's why I'm really excited to read this book. And yeah, that's why I bought it. I also want to read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I mean, it is one hell of a book. I have heard from a lot of bookstagrammers and all those people, and yeah, that's why I really want to read that one as well. But I think I'm gonna go, this will be my first Oscar Wilde book, like full-fledged Oscar Wilde book. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, so the third book we have is James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. Now I cannot name how many people have recommended this book. First of all, this book is recommended to me by a lot of my teachers. First of all, in my masters, a lot of teachers recommended this book. I did not read it at that point in time because syllabus was like so lengthy, and there was hardly any time to read something out of course. There were so many classics prescribed in the syllabus, so that's why. But now I have got my hands on this book, and also I was just watching this lecture of Jordan B. Peterson, and he was also describing a lot about this book and how this book is like really good to get into the psyche of a person and all those things. So that's why I'm excited to read this book. And yeah, this is it has been recommended a lot of times to me, so I thought why shouldn't I just read it. And I wanted to read this book because James Joyce is like one of the most important writers of English literature, because I mean he has influenced a lot of writers, and all of those writers, they are like, you know, going to Paris and meeting James Joyce. I mean, I have heard about a hell lot of writers who went to Paris and they met James Joyce, and he influenced them in such a way that you know, they just dedicated a whole of their literary career to him. So that's why I'm interested to know what kind of thing is there in James Joyce that influences such you know, legendary writers. So that's why I am really excited to explore James Joyce's works. Now the fourth one is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Now I haven't read any book of Joseph Conrad, and one very important thing about this book haul is that most of the writers, except I think Agatha Christie and Jane Austen, most of the writers I haven't read before. So yeah, that's why this book haul is like really interesting, and that's why I wanted to do it. Okay, the first thing I have to say about this book is that I have no idea what this book is all about, so I'm gonna read out the blurb written on the back side of the book, which is that Charles Marlowe, an English seaman, narrates his story up to the river Congo in search of an ivory trader named Mr. Kurtz. As he sails into the heart of Africa, from the company's outer station to the central and inner stations, he comes across scenes of brutality, torture, slavery, and horror. What happens when Marlowe finally meets Kurtz? So a journey not only into the depths of the African jungles, but also into the dark recesses of the human soul. Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness is a critical exploration of spine-chilling truths and hypocrisy of the European colonialism. So yeah, I think this is a book that would come under the genre of colonialism and post-colonialism. So yeah, this is like really important from the perspective of English literature, and yeah, from African literature, I guess, also. So yeah, that's why I'm really excited to read this book. And I think part of me wants to explore a lot of genres that I have not really explored that much, comparison to other genres, of course. So that's why this book is here, and yeah, I'm excited to read it. Now the fifth book that I have is pretty big. It's, I don't know, I guess it would be 600 something. It's 653, 654, 55 pages. So yeah, it's 655 pages. It's not that much considering I read David Copperfield like last month. So this book is not that, actually. It's 600 pages. I think if I read 100 pages every day, so it would be like 6 to 7 days. So I think it's just a matter of 1 week actually. So Wendy Fair is like one of the most recommended books in classic literature. So it is written by William Makepeace Thackeray, and I haven't read any of his books, and actually this is the only book that is very, very famous of William Makepeace Thackeray, and that's why I'm excited to read this book. Now I'm gonna just read a little blurb given on the back side of the page. It's a ruthless social climber. Becky Sharp is scheming and deceitful. Orphaned when young, she has desired wealth and social security above everything. Engaged as a governess at Sunspit Crawley's house, Becky secretly marries his son, Captain Rawdon Crawley. Now, wealthy and warm-hearted Amelia Sedley is her complete opposite. All that she has ever longed for is the stunning and egotistic Captain George Osborne, her childhood sweetheart, whom she marries against his father's wishes. A brilliant satire on the 19th century English society, William Makepeace Thackeray's Vanity Fair was listed on the BBC's The Big Read poll of UK's best loved books. A timeless classic, it has been an inspiration for numerous adaptations across various art forms. So yeah, that is Vanity Fair, and I have been planning to read this book for long, and that's why I bought this book finally, because I mean, how long can you just ignore a book which is brilliant in a way, and which is so much, you know, recommended on BookTube and Bookstagram and all those things. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a try, and I think I'm gonna like it. Judging on the blurb given on the backside, I think this is kind of like a Sense and Sensibility kind of thing. I mean, there are two characters who are totally opposite to each other, something like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like that because I like Jane Austen in a way, and I think both of these writers are maybe quite similar. I haven't read this book, but I'm getting a feeling like I'm gonna really like this book. So yeah, let's find out in the coming months. So the sixth book that I bought this book because I really didn't have a copy of it. I have, I read this book digitally a few years back, and I was amazed by how brilliant this book is. This is Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi, and this book is really so amazing. I don't think I should introduce this book to anybody because most of you must have seen the Disney movie Pinocchio, and most of you must be knowing about this book because this is so famous. And I read it a few years back digitally, and I knew the name Pinocchio and the basic story from childhood, but I properly read this book digitally a few years back, and you can just download a PDF of this book. These books are like in public domain, and so you can just get access to them anywhere on the internet. So this is a book I think you should just give this book to literally every child you see in this world. I mean, if you're related to any child in any sort of way, you should just give this book to any child. If this is just great. I mean, this is about this this puppet called Pinocchio who gets life in himself, and he wants to become a real boy. And there is this carpenter Geppetto who is portrayed as the as the father of this puppet Pinocchio. And the thing is that this book is so so symbolic, and the kind of allusions that have been used, the kind of symbolism is there. This is just the most brilliant piece of literature that I've ever come across. I mean, it's really amazing. I can talk about this book for hours and never get tired about this book. This is so amazing that you should read it. You should read it to your children. You should read it to your niece, nephew, whatever. You should just read this book to every child. I think it would be really great. And that's why I thought maybe I should have a paperback copy of it, and it was just 100 rupees or something. So I thought, why shouldn't I get it? So that's why I got it. I really have to read it because I have read it. So yeah, that's why I just bought this book. Now the last book that I have, this is a hardcover of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot's Christmas. Now this Hercule Poirot is a very famous detective created by Agatha Christie, and it's in a lot of the books. It's also in the Murder of Roger Ackroyd, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he was in that also. So it's a series of the books that feature this detective. It's kind of a Sherlock Holmes kind of detective, but it doesn't have really like a permanent assistant or like kind of this sidekick like Dr. Watson. But yeah, these assistants keep changing. So this is a book, I think this is centered around Christmas because it says so on the cover. So I am really excited to read this book. I mean, I explored Agatha Christie when I did that 7-book 7-day challenge. And yeah, since then I have wanted to read every book by Agatha Christie, but I cannot do so, I guess, possibly so soon. This would be a detective fiction kind of thing, murder mystery, and I really do like to they take a break by reading such light-hearted books. I mean, these are suspense thrillers. You don't have to really learn a lot of things from these books. You just have to read it and take all the entertainment out of it. And these are just relaxing, that you are just reading something which is thrilling and full of suspense and all those kinds of things. So yeah, I really do like these books, and I have been reading Sherlock Holmes a lot. Actually, I've been reading his short stories, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and I'm really liking it, and that's why I'm ready to explore this one as well. So yeah, this is the last book that I bought. So here, these are the 7 books that I bought, and I hope you all like the video, and thank you all of you for completing 300 subscribers. I mean, I never thought really that I'm going to complete 300 subscribers, even 1 subscriber. So yeah, that was a lot of support from all of you guys, and a lot of my videos have been doing great. So I am really thankful to all of you, and thanks for watching my video. Like, share and subscribe. Let me know what are you reading right now, if you want to read any of these books, if you are reading anything, if you are not reading anything, if you are stuck in the middle of a reading slump, or if you want to ask me anything, if you want to tell me anything. So yeah, you can comment down. I think these are pretty much a lot of options for you to comment on. So yeah, I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep loving, keep reading. Bye bye.